Hello and welcome to this series of web tutorials. It's called Videos on LED Systems and it's provided by Schnick.Schnack.Systems. In this tutorial I will quickly demonstrate the workflow, how to create LED patches in the software PixelPatch, how to import videos there, and how to play them later on over the software NetworkPlayer or the hardware solution, the PixelGate. In the tutorial after this I will show you how to create low-resolution animations for low-resolution LED systems. But now let's go to the workflow. What we want to do today is play this video here, these colorful zooming rings, and we want to play it on our LED system, which you see here on the left. This process always starts in the software PixelPatch. Let's accept this. What you see here is our grid, and here I can drag and drop our panels from our library. In my case this would be two panels called C6025. And I arrange them here on the grid the same way I arrange them in reality. Now I take my connect tool and I connect those two so they will be addressed in the right way. Now I create a new source resolution. This is our video frame and the default values are 640 by 480 pixels. And this is coincidentally the same size like our video. Now I click here on color to tint the frame in a green so you can see the size a bit better. And you see how big this is compared to our low resolution panels over here. So I have to scale this whole thing. When scaling, always divide through a non-decimal number. Like here 25 I divide by 5, so it gets 5. So he only takes every fifth pixel. Well, this looks a bit too big, so I divide by 10, which would be 2.5 millimeter per pixel. This looks better. Okay, so with offset I can shift the whole thing. So I take a negative value, like here minus 100 to the left. This is good, and a bit up, like minus 50. This looks good. Okay, now I hit the live view mode, and there I can import the video. I have it on my desktop in this folder, the rings RV. Okay, and then you see a quite accurate preview on what you would see on your LED system. And all I have to do now to export it is to go to File and hit Convert Video to Streaming File. Here I choose a name, let's call it the German Ringe. Okay, hit Convert, close this program, and then you will see it here on your desktop. I open the Schnick.Schnack.Systems NetworkPlayer, drag and drop my file in here, and I hit loop file to do a loop and check my local area connection. We have another tutorial for that, and then all I have to do is hit play. And then you see our AVI file on the LED system. This looks quite nice. It's a very flexible and easy solution. You can do playlists, you can drag and drop, and you don't need a dedicated hardware solution. For certain scenarios, you will want to use a more robust solution, and this is our hardware called PixelGate. It's a box, it's got a DVI input, and you can combine it with professional broadcast equipment like video walls, video mixers, and stuff like that. And you just use it like a second screen. So I hit this resolution button, and there I can use my normal screen, and the second screen here is the PixelGate. It's got a resolution of 800 by 600 pixels. This is a good resolution for the PixelGate because it works with 60 Hz and you can do anything you want with it. So I hit OK. And then I need to do a new patch, because I need a new resolution which fits. So I use a new resolution with 800 by 600 pixels. Okay, let's hit it here. The program complains that my video doesn't fit to this resolution because I didn't scale it. I can just hit the scaling button and then the video is scaled to this resolution. I see just a corner of my video here. And this is why I need to scale it again. So I divide by 10 again, 2.5 and 2.5. So my resolution fits better on my panels here. I shift it a bit again. Basically, these are the same values. Okay, minus 100, minus 50. And then I can save this file, and this now saves the patch information. Call it 800. I got it here on my desktop. Here it is. And I copy this file and I copy it on my SD card, which I can then take out and put it into the hardware in the Pixelgate and load it with the menu. And when I do this right, I have a second screen. And here I see my mouse cursor in miniature, and I can move it around and it just behaves like a second screen. So if I start a movie player here and pull it to the right, and then I hit my key for full screen, I can see this video in full screen on my LED. This is a very simple solution too. It's very flexible, but the only problem is it's not very exact because it's way too big for my panels here. So I have to tune this a bit. So what I do now is I change back to the default value here, 25 millimeters per pixel. Well, looks big. And then I put my offset on 0. So as a result, it starts here in the upper left corner, and every pixel has its equivalent in a real LED because it's got this 25 millimeters, which is the physical distance between two real LEDs on my panel. So if I save this patch now on my desktop, I call it 800_P2P for pixel to pixel. I save it here on my desktop and I copy it, put it onto my SD card again, take the SD card out, put the SD card into my Pixelgate and load it. And when I now move my mouse cursor to the upper right corner and go to the second screen, I can see the first 24 by 48 pixels. It's a gigantic cursor and I have it as a second screen. That's how I really want to do. So now I only have to find a way to put my video exactly here. So what I can do in the PixelPatch software is right click here on this resolution and say export mask. So I do this now. So what he does now is write me a PNG. And this, I open it now in Photoshop to demonstrate. This is basically a black PNG with a small transparent part. And only this part, these few pixels, are the part that are visible on our LED panel in reality. And this mask I want to now import into my composition tool. I use After Effects here, but you can of course use whatever you like. I use the German version of After Effects here, but I think you know what I'm doing here. So first of all, I will create a new composition. So I drag and drop this mask here to the new composition button. And so I have this composition with the right size. And you see my small transparent part here. And this black part isn't ideal for us because I can't differentiate between other black parts. So first I create a new solid in a signal color, this magenta, and I put it under my mask and use an alpha mask to blend it. So I would see if there are any parts on my LED panel, because whenever I see pink, there's something wrong. So let's take my rings AVI, I put it into After Effects and put it here. So it's way too big, so I have to scale it down. Okay, put it up here. And let's choose a frame that shows a bit so I can see what happens there. Okay, this looks okay from the scaling. Let's make some room here and reposition it. I want to see now what I'm doing really, so I change the layer order and okay, the scaling is still a bit big. I wanted to start the rings in this left corner here, so I scale it a bit down, and this is all the parts I want to see from this video now in this example. So let's see how it looks. Okay, so the rings start here, go over there. This looks good, so I want to render it now. So I use Add to Render Queue or hit Ctrl M. As a module, I use uncompressed, because this is very robust and works with every PC. So I save it on my desktop again, and I render it. And if I've done everything correctly, all I have to do now is go to my desktop, find the file, there it is, and play it in full screen. And then I should see it starting in the left corner and playing exactly how I wanted it to play. This was our tutorial about the workflow. We saw how to use the network player. I showed you a fast way to use the pixel gate, and I showed you a pixel-to-pixel exact way to use the pixel gate. In our next tutorial, I will show you how to do animations and how to do them for low resolution LED panels, and I hope I see you there.